Howdy, 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 my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing today, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading, Aquarius, and see what's going to be happening for you in November 2022. See what your horoscope is looking like, what predictions we can be making for you today, Aquarius, all right? If you do enjoy this tarot reading, remember to check out more than just your one zodiac sign, Aquarius. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising. I always tell people you wouldn't base your entire life off of your one sun sign, right? So tarot shouldn't be any different when we're tapping into your energies. So keep that in mind, Aquarius. If you do enjoy this tarot reading and you want a way to support me, a completely free way to do and that I prefer, really just give this video a like and subscribe, Aquarius. It really does help me out quite a bit, and I always appreciate those who take the extra step to support me. So let's just get right into this here, Aquarius. I feel like there's quite a bit to unpack here, a lot of drama, all right, but at the end here it seems like it's looking pretty good. But let's get to these messages here, because I feel like you really need to hear some of this here. So your first row, Aquarius, we have the Knight and King of Wands coming in with the Six of Swords. And so I know you are an air sign, Aquarius, and you're an air sign that has the word aqua at the very beginning of your name. Non-confrontationally, but I always kind of point that quirk out. I know you're an air sign, get to the point, Velka, but I feel like this is you right now. This wands, this fiery energy. I feel like you have evolved quite a bit here. I feel like recently, Aquarius, you have really fine-tuned your desires, fine-tuned your life in some facet here of where it's just like you took an idea. Like, this is how I see this as the Knight of Wands has like the dream of being an astronaut, right? They have like the big dreams, being an astronaut, being a president, da 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 da, right? And as that Knight of Wands goes through some life, honey, right? It has some years to wear them down. You're this King of Wands where it's just like you refined that desire where it's like, yeah, I wanted to be an astronaut, but instead I want to own NASA. I want to, this is very grandiose examples here, but the King of Wands refines it, more detail to it. So it's just not just like something that you daydream about. The King of Wands has like a plan. The King of Wands is leading with that vision, whereas the Knight of Wands doesn't really lead with the vision. They just have a lot of goals. They speak a lot. And so I feel like for you, Aquarius, you have really refined yourself. Six of Swords energy, I feel like it's during this refinement process with the Six of Swords, it's kind of forced you to let go or walk away from something or someone during this refinement process. Let's take a deeper look here. All right, let's take a deeper look here, Aquarius. But overall, please don't take this as like a bad sign whatsoever, Aquarius. If anything, I'm really seeing you mature. I really see you really due to this maturing, like I feel like you're going to really be building something solid for yourself. All right, Knight of Wands being clarified with the Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles clarifying that King of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune clarifying that Six of Swords for you, Aquarius. Okay, so as you have continued on, Aquarius, I feel like you have really realized what has stopped you from your goals here. I feel like you're waking up and realizing the next plan of action of what you need to do to continue growing. Wheel of Fortune coming in here on this Seven of Swords. I almost take this as a way where it's just like you got distracted recently, perhaps, Aquarius, where it's like something or someone distracted you from getting to your goals, like during this process of you discovering yourself. And I feel as if you woke up to that, realizing that you needed to walk away from something or someone to get the Wheel of Fortune to get turning back into your favor and getting back to improving things in your life again. It's like you connected with someone when you were a teenager, right? Where there was no real boundaries or anything like that. You connected to them as a teenager, and as you've grown up, this person that you connected with as a teenager doesn't know how to connect with you with boundaries now. And so you're realizing, you're like, oh, we are in two different walks of life now. We're going in very different directions. And so I feel like you're realizing that and moving on from that there. And so whatever, I'm not quite understanding the relevancy that Spirit needed to bring for this here, the why you needed to hear that, but maybe it's just like confirming something in yourself, Aquarius, where it's just like understanding that you really are just maturing here. This isn't you being petty or anything like that. Like, you're really maturing. And what served you as a Knight of Wands, what sounded good to you as a Knight of Wands, may not be serving you anymore or be conducive to what it is that you want to build now that you are a King of Wands, or you are getting to the point to where you're about to be the King of Wands. The thing that comes to my mind here, it's probably just because I finished watching House of Dragons, Game of Thrones, is that I feel like you're getting ready to claim your own Iron Throne, or like you're getting ready to become a king or a queen. And so during those final touches of going from the prince or the princess to the king or queen, there's certain things that you have to have that reality check on, and I feel like you're having that. Very weird message. I've never gotten something like that before. Let's move on, because probably some of you Aquarians are probably like, girl, Velka, what the hell are you talking about, honey? Let's get into your second draw. Strength, the Lovers with the Three of Swords here. This is where the drama comes in, all right? And I don't have to say that you are creating this drama, Aquarius, but I do feel like you have really allowed a type of person into your life. If you were to look at your life, you'll see a consistent pattern of the behavior from yourself or behavioral people around you. You seem to be like a magnet, basically, towards people who really hurt you. Where's the good part, Velka, right? I feel like you're a magnet towards people that always find some way to inevitably hurt you, whether that's through their intentions or not. Probably not. And I feel like for you, Aquarius, why is this being brought up, right? This doesn't like what this is very famous for y'all's energy, Aquarius. Like, y'all are my most complex zodiac sign to read. And I'm just sitting here just like, okay, we acknowledge, Aquarius, you have some pretty bad luck when it comes to connecting to people, because you always seem to find yourself in the same type of messed up situations that end up hurting you. Why is this being brought forward? 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Huh. It's interesting, Aquarius. It's kind of a similar message, but in different wording here. I really do feel as if you've reached your point. You've reached a period in your life where it's just like you'll be really progressive. You'll progress very quickly on your path when it comes to your career, when it comes to your personal goals, right? With that 9 of Pentacles, you'll really start tending to your crops and what have you. But there's like this pattern here where it's like right when you get yourself on a really good routine, something seems to mess things up and throws off your equilibrium, and so and it stops that progression. And I feel like for you, Aquarius, you've kind of realized this pattern where it's just like maybe for a while your answer to how you were constantly being thrown off from your equilibrium, from your progression, was to just be a hermit, to be cynical towards people and shut down and not talk to anyone. And I feel like you woke up and realized that's not really conducive, and now you're fine-tuning it to where you're just like, all right, like instead of just shutting myself off from all social connections entirely, let me get to the root of this problem and do what is necessary to cut out specific people that end up distracting me, cut out, you know, whatever that is. All right, I know we're getting pretty deep here in this general tarot reading like this, but I really do feel like this runs deep. Like I probably might even have this as the title of y'all's tarot video today, Aquarius, where it's just like this runs deep, because I feel like it's really hard to be really detailed about this reading without it being overtly detailed and really using some deep examples like that. So it's kind of just interesting. I don't know. I'm like tuning into this, and it really kind of it just makes me think, Aquarius, of just like how much y'all are really just going through. And then it's like this is all like personal stuff. Like this isn't something that people outside of you would really be aware about, the journey or the battle, if you want to call this a battle that you've been going through. It's like to the outside world, like you're just living life, but when it comes to your mind and when the doors are closed, like you're really going through it. There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to really figure out. Anyways, what you need to hear today, Aquarius, you have the 5 of Swords, the Justice, and the 10 of Pentacles coming in. To be very honest, Aquarius, the messages seem to be very much so repetitive in this way, of where it's just like you're consistently dealing with things that sabotage you from your goals, distractions, people, like, and there's like this message of where it's just like you need to handle that to balance things out, and then that's how you quite literally, like 10 of Pentacles, get to your money, get to whatever it is that you're desiring here, Aquarius. I know this is like a reading that's very much so projecting and putting the blame off on other things, and I don't think there's really a blame to it, Aquarius. I feel like it's like you don't need to be working so hard over time on yourself to get to your destination quicker. I mean, you can continue doing personal work on yourself, Aquarius, but it's like you could remove so much dead weight if you were to be more precise, be more detailed with like where the dead weight is. Does that make sense, Aquarius? Like it's like you have all this baggage and that's weighing you down, and your first reflex is to figure out like what you can remove off of yourself to lessen the load, rather than looking at what you're carrying in that wagon being like, wait a minute, I did not want this to be, I shouldn't be carrying this. All right, so this is probably not going to be a reading that resonates with most Aquarians, just because we are really heavy in analogies. But for those that it does, for those that are able to understand my analogies, I feel like this is really going to hit deep, darling, for y'all. So let's get to your oracle card, Aquarius, and then I'll let y'all go, because I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. Anyways, let's get to your Eagle Spirit coming in here. Your oracle card for today, Aquarius, is the Eagle Spirit, number 23, equaling to 5 in numerology. Look up the number 5 to see what messages that has for you this week. The Eagle Spirit, very to the point, Aquarius. Spirit has your back during this time. You have their blessing. So it's basically saying, like, even Spirit's like, Aquarius, you're not acting crazy at this time. It's like them giving you the green light here. They got you covered here, Aquarius. They're not going to lead you astray right now, but I think it's really important to refine your approach, refine how you set your boundaries, refine, just refinement. You get the point. Anyways, Aquarius, I love you so much, darling. Thank you for your patience and giving me grace and being able to give this tarot reading to you. And I hope I can connect to you sometime in the near future, darling. Bye, Aquarius.